Hey there, welcome to Hold and Modify. This is Q, bringing you YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. And yes, today is another Lightwave Basic. Yes, so what I'm going to do right now to get us kicked off here is I'm going to create the objects we need to do this particular video. And yes, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a really neat surfacing technique where we're going to get blurry reflections even when the program itself doesn't actually support it. Matter of fact, most programs back then didn't support blurry reflections. So there's a neat little trick you can do to make blurry reflections. But I need to get the objects made. So let's get this box made. This is actually, I keep calling it a box. It's a square because it's the floor. And let's make it brown. Yeah, brown will be good. And yeah, I think that's all we need. And make sure to save it. Just dump it out here in the root because I'm lazy. Floor.lwo, always give a version number. And let's, well, we got to make a ball. Well, I say make a ball, but need to make a sphere. So we have something for the floor to reflect. So let's get our sphere here, get that dragged out. Amazing, there we go. And then we'll go ahead and center it up. And I need to, what could I do? There's actually a tool that allows you to make it so that it goes on the floor for you automatically. Is that here? I don't see it. Is there? No. All right, I'm going to have to do this myself. So I'm going to move the ball up so that it sits on the floor. I know, very difficult, but I'm lazy. Okay. All right, so that's on the floor now. And go ahead and save this, and we'll call this blue ball. Behave, don't be children. Always versioning. And we're done with modeler. Yay! All right, so let's get over to Lightwave. Where did I put it? Yes, okay. Lightwave. And let's get all of our stuff that we just made loaded up. Very exciting. I know, this is amazing, isn't it? Such thrilling, entertaining content. But hey, these little Lightwave tips for 30-year-old software, you know, some of you find useful. I find it useful. I'm going to go ahead and check my camera. And yep, I'm going to put it in square pixels and drop down to 320 by 240. That's just what I prefer. You can do whatever you want. And of course, beautiful Ham 8 mode. I love Ham 8. And I'm going to do conventional lighting here. I'm going to kill the ambient light. And let's do a spotlight with shadow maps. I know in a previous video I showed off fancy lighting techniques, but we're not going to do any of that here. Here we're just going to use simple shadow maps, because it's more about the surfacing than the lighting technique. So right now, just got to get this light actually looking at our ball, right? Our blue ball is in the dark right now. So let's go ahead and get this positioned. Ooh, this is, yes, watch me position it. Now, what would I think? Oh, right, I was like, why can't I see the floor? Because I need to turn on double-sided. So now double-sided's turned on and we can see the floor. That's because I made the floor upside down. That's very easy to do in Modeler, unfortunately. But using the double-sided switch, you can get it to be, you know, flipped. And right now, I'm going to increase the soft edge angle so that we get the best use of our shadow map. And let's make the shadow of the shadow map a little fuzzier. And let's give it some fall off. That way it doesn't look so bright. You know, it has a little bit of fall off on the light. And that should look pretty. And we can give it a little more memory here. I don't know, this might look nice. And let's check it out. Let's, well, that's boring. Yeah, let's move the camera into a way that's not boring, and let's get rid of this really wide angle lens and make it a little less wide. I can't go too tight because I want to try and show a bunch of stuff here. Go ahead and rotate that down, get that moved. Move in over here. Okay, looking nice. Yes, frame it up here, a little to the left. Ooh, yes, that's nice. All right, let's save the scene. I don't want to I don't want to have this thing crash, right? You never know. It can always happen. Always be saving. Yes, always be saving. Oh, and it's rendering black. Well, there you go. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it happened. I put the light fall off on. Yeah, I set it to 6 and it's too short. It's completely cropping the light off, so we need to increase this value immensely. Let's go up to 100, and then I'm gonna see what it looks like. There we go. Now we can see our ball, our blue ball, but it's still pretty dark. We need to bring it out some more. Let's go 200, 300. Yeah, let's do 300. And go check it out here. Okay, I know I'm moving fast, guys. I'm just trying to get through this so I can get you something to see here. That stupid floor. Forgot the double side again. There we go. All right, so, but we have a hard shadow. Ugh, don't want the hard shadow. Well, let's fix that. Let me get this camera here. I'm being a little OCD about the camera. Let me get the camera lined up better. I want to be able to see more of the shadow, the reflection area too. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's always a back and forth. This is how it is. Okay, so now we have our shadow, but it's hard, gross, but we can see the floor more too. Let's fix the light shadow. And what I'm going to do here is one of the little tricks is the shadow fuzziness is kind of like the shadow blender or filter for the shadow map memory size. So I'm going to crank that to 10 and I'm going to give it less memory. And this is going to cause the shadow to render more blocky and chunky. But because we increase the shadow fuzziness, that's going to kind of blend it. And that'll help give us a nice soft edge shadow. So there, now we have our soft edge shadow. But it's pretty dark on this side. So we need to do, we should just add another light. So let's add a fill light. I'm going to clone the one I already have since it's already mostly right. And of course, give it a different name so I can be organized. And we'll just kind of give it a less value and, I don't know, make it we'll go with like a warm, we'll do like a subtle red, little 2 light setup, little white and red play. Should be nice. There we go, just a little bit there. And then we'll go ahead and select that light and look through it so that we can move it and get it to where we want it to go. We don't want it to be in the same spot as the other light, otherwise it's not going to do anything. So we'll go ahead and swing it around here and get it lined up with the ball. Get it targeted. There we go. So that should give us a nice little fill. And sure enough, there we go. Look at that. Woohoo! We got softness and fill lights. We're making progress. Yeah, let's save everything again. Just in case, right? Always be saving. ABS. All right. So we got the lights. Well, let's go do the. Let's turn on the old reflections because that's kind of the point of this, right? So we'll get our reflections turned on, and nothing because all I did was turn ray trace reflections on, but I didn't assign any materials to have reflections. So let's go do that. Let's go to that floor and we're going to set the reflectivity. I'm just going to crank it for demonstration purposes. Set it all the way up. Smash F9 and there we go. Look at that reflection. Here it is. Amazing. Let's I'm still bugged by the camera though. I've got to get this lined up better. Let me frame it just a little better. Yeah, yep, there we go. Now we can see more of the reflection. And look at this. You have a beautiful Ham8 image. This is, I mean, to think back in the mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s even, I mean, to buy a computer off the shelf that could do this and give you this beautiful render, this beautiful image with Ham8 built into the Amiga. You didn't have to go buy an expensive video card or Targa card. It just did it. I mean, this is really awesome. I still get a kick about these simple things. And then, yeah, you got real ray trace reflection down there. It kind of makes me giggle. But the reflection does look kind of garish. And like our shadows used to be, see how it's hard? It's kind of just, yeah, you know, it's reflection, but it just doesn't look great, right? It doesn't look as real as it could, or like, it doesn't feel as real as maybe the shadows or even the blue shading on the ball looks. So the trick I want to talk about, trick I'm going to show you, is to try and help get this reflection to not be so garish. And and gross and be softer like the shadows are. And we're going to do that. How am I going to do this? Does he remember when I decided to make this video, did I actually remember how to do this? Yes, you got to use bump. So we're going to do this, what we call micro bump technique. And to do that, you're going to add I guess like it's a 3D fractal noise, which is going to simulate the imperfections that happen on a surface naturally in real life. Since the 3D program by itself doesn't really do that, this is a way to fake it. So the first thing you do is you add some fractal noise, and well, look, we got this warbly weird gook. So okay, but that doesn't look like soft reflections at all. But I'm showing you that here is like when you just add the procedural, what it's going to do to that reflection. So what we're going to do is crank up the frequencies, but more importantly, we're going to increase the amplitude, and we're going to turn down the size, because obviously the size is too big for this noise. It's not really doing what we want. So let's try 0.1. That should be nice. Smash F9. Okay. So, we're getting there. Now it looks like weird rusted water dirt mess, but maybe you're starting to see where I'm going with this. Starting to break up the reflection. So let's, let's take this a little further. I think we need to actually get this noise here much smaller. So let's crank this way down. Let's do, 0.001, yeah, 0.001, 0.001. And now smash F9. There we go. See, now we're starting to see that kind of diffuse reflection look, kind of like the shadows. And I mean, everything's kind of crunchy and noisy, of course, though, which is not ideal. It looks like ants everywhere, but that's because we haven't actually enabled the anti-aliasing feature of Lightwave. So all this noisy stuff is happening right now. And what we can do to help smooth this out even more is go ahead and turn on the anti-aliasing to smooth all of this noisy, crunchy stuff here. And we'll do that right now. Yeah, we're going to have to set this to enhanced high, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to go all the way to enhanced high. Unfortunately, we just have to. We need as much anti-aliasing as possible, because you have to smooth all that noise out. Smash F9, and we'll, of course, fast forward through this, through the miracle of editing. And there we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. See how smooth that is now? We have I would say an aggressively soft reflection. It's almost too soft. You can't really see anything anymore. But we can control this using the procedural texture that we added. But here you go. You've got the soft reflection. You got your soft shadows. You have a really nice kind of natural looking image. Close to natural looking image. I mean, keep in mind, this 30-year-old software. Why would anyone want to use 30-year-old software? Because it's fun. It's especially using old ham modes. So we're gonna lighten up the amplitude a bit here. So this will get some of our reflection back, so it's not so diffuse. Quickly get through this. And yeah, you can kind of see. I actually want you to watch this in real time, because you can see here how it's not as diffuse as it was before, and how the anti-aliasing is kind of resolving the image. That's exactly what anti-aliasing does. It smooths the pixels. And you can actually see here it doing the process frame, a pass at a time. It's 17 passes. So this is kind of cool. You can actually see what it's doing and how it's resolving it and getting the smooth look. Yeah, so there you go. So that's a little more natural. That's starting to look more like stainless steel or wood. Liking that. I'm liking that a lot. It's a really nice, natural looking reflection. Cool. Nice and smooth. Yeah, really all the shading in there, and it's not too harsh or clippy. And obviously, if you added more lights, you could fill the bottom of the sphere, and you could see the bottom of the sphere reflecting. But let's, you know what? You could change the size. I could keep going and showing you different versions of what you could do, but I think you guys have enough here that you understand, I've given you enough tools. But let's do one more fun little thing. Let's go to the floor, and let me add The good, I think I'm going to add the, yeah, here you go. Just, I won't even say it. Checkerboard, chrome ball to checkerboard floor. I had to do it. You know, I had to do it. Of course I did. Had to do it. I mean, that's the classic, right? So let me reframe this camera again. I'm obsessed. Must reframe camera, must reframe camera. Get a check of the settings here. And go ahead and fire that off again. And we'll go ahead and fast forward through that. And boom. Oh, that looks really nice. Wow. Look at that. Man. Now see if I saw that in the back of a box back in 1988, 1989, or 1990, whenever this came out. That's cool. It almost looks like you could reach out and grab it and pick it up. Nice, tasty, yummy, digestible 3D. We got soft shadows, we got soft reflections, we got our checkerboard, we got our chrome ball. I mean, what more could you ask for? Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was my soft reflection demo, or tutorial, I guess, showing you all the amazing fun things you can do in Lightwave. You can do modern shading techniques using the old software. Just got to know the tricks. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.